Okay, good. Well, I'm excited to watch Dane's concert today for sure. It should be a whole lot of fun. But I'm Anthony.
I'm Noah.
I'm Zach.
I'm Sadie.
I'm Dane.
I'm Tucker.
And we are Schulz
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered. Back again. Yes, we made it. We're looking forward to be back with all you guys and together here as a family with the six of us. There's always a lot of stuff coming up. It's getting warm weather outside, which is awesome. And that usually means that we are about to go on our annual fishing trip, right? How many years have we been doing that now?
It started with. Did it start with both of us?
You mean how many years have I been doing this?
How many years? You were the longest. How many years have you been going?
Probably like 7.
7 or 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go to Eastern Washington to Winthrop area, and stocked Lake Peregrine, and they went
It's
to trout.
never stocked.
It's really bad.
It says
never
supposed to be
stocked.
stocked.
It's
No,
not stocked. Never stocked.
That's what they say every year, and then there's one time there's toxic waste dumped in the lake, and another time there's too smoky, and then the other time something always happens.
Well, you can tell we have a lot of fun, obviously, when we go out there.
It's all about the memories.
All about the memories. All about the memories. But it's something we've done like every year for 8 years. This will be Tucker's first time gone. Tucker, you excited to go fishing? Yes, he's always excited to
I
go
think he's a
fishing.
little excited.
Yeah,
A
Tad.
little bit.
Dane, how many years have you been?
I've been like 3 years, counting this one 3.
This will be your 3rd year.
Yeah, this will be my 3rd.
Okay, and so what are the things we always do on the fishing trip together?
At the last day we get a scoop of ice cream.
Scoop of ice cream?
A scoop.
No, we do it like every day, not the last day.
No, we
Ice
do
cream.
it,
And-
the last
and-
day.
No,
No, we do it on
no,
Saturday.
no,
We do it Saturday.
Yeah, and what else do we get?
Knives.
Knives.
A knife. Yes. So
Get
Under
10 knife.
$25.
only
It
$25.
needs
So
to
Zach, guess who's not getting a knife this year?
All right. Tucker, are you looking forward to getting ice cream? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Well, hey, we and part of that is traditions that are important. And so I know for me, growing up, things that are important were Christmas Eve with Grandma and Grandpa going to Mass at the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And then we drive, we go to Italian dinner, and we drive and see the luminaries in the neighborhood. And we come home and open presents because Santa Claus came Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Because my name started with A, Anthony. Started early. And then I remember going to Disneyland every year, pretty much. I've been like 20 times. We went every year as a kid.
We've been once, actually twice.
Twice. And
It
and
was
you were-
fun.
it was fun, but you were also a little nervous of the
The mascot.
mascots first year. Yes, exactly. So you're trying to kind of think about it. Yeah, so it was good. But I think being that we only see each other every other week and knowing where you guys are at, it's been important to me to kind of have traditions along the way. It's one of the things that's built into our calendar. I had a slight freak out because my entire Google Calendar stopped working yesterday. So all your sports schedules, all your concert schedules, all my work schedule just like disappeared. And with the 6 of us, like live and die by the calendar. And it took me 2 hours to like recreate everything last year. But the calendar that your mom and I use when we alternate weeks is important. And so, like I have you guys every Thanksgiving, Thursday to Saturday, every Christmas Eve. And those are some things that I've tried to build in so we have repetition. But for your guys' perspective, what do you think? What are some more important things we do every year to you guys? What do you remember every year growing up so far?
Christmas
What about Christmas?
Eve,
Yeah, what about Christmas Eve?
going to grandma's house at 2, not eating until 8.
I burnt the sauce.
Yeah.
You burnt the
Sauce
sauce.
is burnt. Okay, let's
Burnt
go,
the
guys.
noodles.
All right, Tim, go pick up McDonald's for everyone. Frank.
Easter.
Easter.
Sadie, what do you remember about Easter?
The Easter egg hunts.
Oh, where do you guys do those?
Grandma's house.
At Grandma's house? Yeah.
No, we can't do them anymore because she's in Arizona.
Grandma's in Arizona, so it does provide a little bit of instability to that. So we have to work on that.
Yeah.
Dane, what about you?
Sometimes we get to open a present on Christmas Eve.
Well, we open all the presents on Christmas Eve.
Grandma, yeah.
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 Yeah, but like
What are some things that you would want to carry on to your own kids as you provide traditions and stability going forward? Like things to look forward to, milestones every year.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve out of all the things.
And the fishing trip. Well, maybe the fishing trip. I don't know. It just depends on who dies.
Who dies? Why would somebody die at the fishing trip?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
Just in general.
Yeah, like, because we're all gonna, like, if it even gets, like, carried on, like, I don't know.
Well, it's important, man, because you're a sophomore this year.
Yeah.
So we got next year, junior year, might be the last. Like, this is our first year with all of us. Next year might be the last year because on your senior year, I don't know. And at this point, you're kind of thinking of moving to Arizona, right?
Well, yeah, but I'll be here. I'll be here in May.
In May, but I'm saying, but your senior year though, there's all the senior graduation things and all that that come up.
In May, I'll be there though.
Good. Well, it's good to know that it's important that you want to be here.
I'll probably just, even if I am in Arizona, I'll just fly down and come.
Fly up and come, which will be, I hope, will be important. And that's one of the reasons why I like Thanksgiving. I always having Thanksgiving with all you guys is because I imagine you guys flying in from wherever, and we spend the weekend together, and you bring your families together. We have that time, and I like it because there's no present with it. It's just our presents that we get to get.
Grandma gives us presents.
Yes, Grandma always has presents.
Remember that one year she gave us all books that started with their first name?
But was that for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
no,
That's for Thanksgiving. I never read it.
Well, she found a book that started with Noah, Sadie, Dane, and Tucker, and Zach were the main characters in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty hard to do, isn't it? It's on the
Tucker,
books.
what are you
It's on the bookshelf somewhere. It's on the bookshelf somewhere. I think he's trying to be a gopher right now. We'll find out if he wants to be in a second.
Oh yeah.
He's getting.
Okay, buddy. Go ahead, buddy. We'll take a potty break for you.
And like every time, I'm pretty sure on like Easter or Thanksgiving, she has like these little hats or something. They get like pull little ribbons, and they have like a car.
Do you guys have any idea how happy Grandma's going to be to know that all your traditions revolve with Grandma? Yes, but okay. So it was recently Mother's Day though, and I remind you guys to text Grandma.
I did.
And the response I got from both Noah and Zach was, "Why?"
Yeah.
Because it's not just Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's mother and grandparents.
She's not our mother. She's your mother.
But would you be here if Grandma didn't give birth to me?
No.
Okay. All right. So
would you
encompassing.
be there
Family
if
tree, guys.
Grandma, whoever, didn't give birth to Grandma?
No. And so when my grandma was still alive, I texted her Happy Mother's Day. You texted Megan's mom before you texted Grandma Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she your mother? No. Yeah, jabroni.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, jabroni. Okay.
Like every other day of the week.
Yeah.
What are some things I know for me? I also like the fall, like when the fall hits and it's super nice outside, but it's crisp. And I go to a Husky football game, like something about fall and marking, like gone through the summer and another school year. So what about school year transitions or school traditions that you guys like or see? Sadie, you look so perplexed right now.
None of them.
None of them? Well, maybe as you guys get older, there'll be things that you like.
No, because if you do a school tradition saying that school's gonna be there, you're already in school, which is bad.
Yeah.
It's already
Well,
bad.
and that, like, everything changes so much throughout the year. Like, there's just no really, like...
But you guys are kind of sad that we're missing West Fest this year,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because for the fishing trip, that's an annual thing, right?
Yeah, and we have like field day. That's like we go in the big field and we do all these actions and stuff out in the day for like an hour or two. That's a tradition.
For the school.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tradition for you because you attend the school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like it. There's a guy named Jocko Willnick. He's a former Navy SEAL. Have you guys heard of him before? He wrote a book called Extreme Ownership, and one of his big things is discipline equals freedom. And so what I like is that if you stay...
That sounds like something Mr. Winter would say.
Well, maybe Mr. Winter's pretty smart. He is, right?
No,
Because if you...
he actually has gets extra money annually because he's disabled from the war, like mentally.
But he is a veteran.
yeah, doesn't mean he's smart.
Oh my gosh.
He's a nice guy, though.
He is super nice.
He
But
intends well.
but what if I said discipline equals freedom? What does that mean to you guys?
If you work hard, you get what you want.
Work hard at what?
Whatever you're trying to get.
Life? Yes. And when discipline comes up is that you're doing the things you think are going to win so that you can have the freedom once you win.
No.
Yes.
I think of it as in if you have discipline, you have freedom, like before, like you have freedom during and after. Like if you have a goal, like let's just say like if you just have discipline like throughout your day, and you wake up in the morning, you have set goals, you have like let's say 5 different goals. You're like, okay, gym, homework, finish like read my Bible, and then stay off my phone for 4 hours or whatever it is, and then complete school with it and then go through school like with a good mindset or something like that. Like if you have those goals, and then at the end of the day you've completed all of those goals, you get freedom in knowing that you have like you've done all of those things to the best of your abilities, and then you can move on, do it the next day, and then do well. And then when it comes time to rest, you can rest because you earned it.
Well, I think you're seeing that because you've been getting up at 5 to go work out to rehab your knee, right?
Well,
So
but
there's discipline in you waking up to do that activity, so that you could have the freedom to have full movement of your knee back, right?
yeah,
So that's good.
Well, but there's also like even just doing that, like doing something you don't like doing, builds discipline, and that will get you farther in life than a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Like just like whether it comes like taking a cold shower, like for the last 30 seconds of your shower, just being like, hey, I'm going to do this because it builds discipline. Like I've noticed that waking up in the morning helps me build discipline, helps me be goal oriented, being like, okay, I'm going to get my homework done, and just gets me more motivated to just get my stuff done so I can just move on with my day.
Yeah. Where do you guys see that in, because you guys are all in sports or music, where do you guys see that in those activities? Where there was discipline, yeah. But where it can equal freedom.
I play baseball.
You do. Do you guys practice? How often do you guys practice?
10 times.
You guys have practiced at least 10 times. You think you're getting better as a team?
Yes.
Okay,
We win every single game.
That's nice.
Did you say you got 10 home runs?
And we got tied by the Diamondbacks.
Yesterday, that's right. Zach, what about you?
Where is he disciplined in?
Yeah, how that helps? Yeah, you.
Well, self-discipline a lot, I think, is just a good thing to have. Like yesterday, when I was at practice, coach wanted me and my backup goalie to do long passes from sideline to sideline. And whenever it was too short or to the side a little bit, I was like, darn it. And the guy next to me was like, you're getting it, like, pretty close. I'm like, I'm still trying to pinpoint it, though. And,
Yeah,
he was and then he took my stick and tried to do it, and it just went straight to the ground. So
the more often you work at something and you're disciplined at it, the freedom you have in that movement. So like you also play clarinet in the jazz band, and you've been working on your improv like repeatedly. And so then when the opportunity arises for you to have a solo, you've practiced that thing. So you've done the discipline, you've done the hard work, so you have freedom of creativity when you're in the moment.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Dane, Sadie, how about you guys?
For my practice, it was like super hot. So my coach was like, if we like work together as a team and get it done and don't mess around, then we can go in the shade and like chill for a second and go back. And
That's good. Well, I mean, to back to our point, when I say discipline equals freedom, it's because consistency in calendar, consistency in schedule with you guys is important, because at least I know for me, the weeks that I have you guys Sunday to Sunday, we've got 4 things a night. If the calendar is set and we know what the plan is, we can have fun because we're not worried about who's going to be where, but we already know what's going to happen, and you guys can have that joy. Or if we know that where we're going to be Christmas, where we're going to be Thanksgiving, or where we're going to be Easter, that can be fun versus the unknown, right? Mm-hmm. There's freedom in that. So that's good. Sister, what do you think? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So, would you rather operate in the known or the unknown space? Space of knowing what's happening or not knowing what's happening?
Would you rather know what's happening next or not know what's happening next?
Know what's happening next.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, one of the things that
But just because she says that doesn't mean it's actually true. Just because you can just because you want to know what's next doesn't mean you can.
Says you, Noah.
Doesn't mean what?
says maybe.
Every time you're like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And he knows.
But if you think about the discipline it takes,
Work in the known.
Yeah.
think about the discipline it takes to play a sport. So you with softball, the more you are in the cage, the more that you're throwing, The more you're disciplined with your approach, the more freedom you have in a game because you worked on that thing, right? So and I think it relates to all areas of life for sure.
Because you can have fun in the game because you've worked so hard.
Because you work so hard at it. Yeah, exactly. So one of the things, but along those lines, when you have a disciplined lifestyle, there are distractions that can come up, or ways that you can do things, like Tucker being a distraction with his chips right now, which is totally fine. He must be hungry. It is after school time, so he's going to mow away on some of those things. Good job, buddy. One of the things that can be a distractor is just social media. But it could be party, it could be friends, and it could be things like drugs. And when I was thinking about our topic, we talked about, we haven't like sat down and talked about drugs or had the drug talk before, right? Anything like that. The drug talk. I don't even know if that's a thing. Like I know there's like you could sit down and have a birds and a bees talk, but a drug talk, I don't know. My generation, we had something called DARE at school in the 5th grade. Yeah. Is drug abuse.
DARE.
Yeah, DARE. Drug Abuse Resistance Education. And we had an officer from the local police force come in. It was in 5th grade, and it was like this whole unit about drugs and what they meant. But I mean, you guys don't do anything like that at school, do you?
Well, we have
Another
Could we do
thing
it?
to waste time on.
Could we
No, we have-
go to a nice little school?
That's right.
in health class we talk about it. That's like the same thing.
What grade did you guys do that in health class?
Freshman year,
So you guys haven't done it yet. So what did you talk about?
everything. We did like a whole drug unit, and then we did a drug presentation.
So what did you present on?
Fentanyl.
Okay. So what did you learn about fentanyl?
It is extremely like easy to OD on. Like you can have, like one of the most interesting things that I learned was that like you can have the smallest amount, like literally the size of a grain of sand, and you inhale it, whatever, like, and you can OD on it. And yeah, and it's insanely easy to lace things with it too. So
Like
it's
everything is laced with it.
yeah, like not
Well,
everything is
everything
laced with
can-
it.
well,
You
okay,
can lace everything with it because it can be in any form, like so.
What have you guys learned, and where have you learned it from, or if anything? Like, what are your overall impressions of drugs right now, current state?
I be eating them up for real.
What?
I eat them up.
Okay, that's nice.
Sniff them.
So what do you really feel about them? Zach, how about you?
I haven't really learned specifically about drugs. It's just like common knowledge about drugs.
So what's your common knowledge then?
Just like in general, just not do them. It's like the most common of knowledge.
Yeah. What's your motivator to not do them?
Well, I've never like interacted with them, so like I have no motive to do that in general.
Okay. That's good. Dan, how about you?
I don't know anything except like not to do them and they're really bad for you.
Yes. That would be the correct answer. Sadie, how about you?
This sounds like a Darman video.
Like a what video?
Darman.
What's that?
Like,
It's a video from YouTube, and it's really listening. And they
did like
stuff.
do this skit to like teach people lessons.
And one
It's like-
time they did like this silly Dorman video where like the whole students like do like funny pranks on their teacher. The students do like funny pranks on their teacher on a Dorman video. Bye.
Well, it's to me it's interesting because I didn't have any experience with it in high school. My first experience was when I pledged my fraternity at the UW, and after I had signed, 4 of us went to, we're driving to the mall, and the guy behind the wheel, all of a sudden, he just takes out a joint and just starts smoking it, and I'm like, what is happening right now? And the guy who signed me was sitting next to me. I was like, what's happening? He's like, he's totally fine. He drives better that way. I'm like, well, what about the rest of us in the car?
I know so many people like
This
that.
is-
Yeah, it's just like I don't just make any sense. Well, I think it's just because they're more relaxed. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but there's so many people that just it's crazy.
Well, so what happens at school? So how is it broached? Do people talk about it? Is anybody selling? Anybody dealing? Or like, what does that look like at school for you guys?
There's only been like 2 incidents of that I know of.
At school?
Yeah, there's one guy that just was doing it and he got suspended or expelled. I don't remember which one. And there's another guy that happened more recently that was he was selling it out of his locker.
That was locker.
Out of his locker, and the police came and took him away. I don't know if he got suspended or expelled, but
Well, he probably got put to
yeah,
jail.
He's probably
Yeah. What about Noah? Say what about you guys and your experience at school?
I don't think anybody would do it because our school is like so dumb. I mean, like there's like,
They're dumb for not having kids do drugs.
Yeah.
well, no, like they have like dumb rules.
Like, don't do drugs.
No, they're just strict, so nobody's gonna even think of doing it.
Okay, well, this is not
Is
true.
it my turn?
Yeah, no,
In a minute, buddy.
that kid that Zach was talking about, taking my police. He was in my grade, but there's just a lot of people who don't like do drugs, but they do like nicotine. So it's like,
Like the Z pouches or whatever. Or?
see, you mean vape?
Yeah, but no, there's like pouches you stick in.
Zin?
Yeah, whatever they are.
That's different.
But it's still nicotine though.
It's like the same thing.
Kind of.
It's just in a different form.
It's like chew. It's like safe chew. That's what Zin is. It's like safe chew because it's in like tabs. But yeah. I know like there's a lot of people who do that. But like yeah, there's that kid who did that. And there's another kid who just got like expelled for like doing it again. Yeah, yeah.
Well, the it's interesting. I just read an article in the Washington Post that said when so grandma's age had done drugs, since now till now they're like 10 to 20 times more deadly or more potent.
Yeah.
So so marijuana or whatever is 20 times more potent than what it was before, and so just the one thing can totally to take you off or take you out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, what is the moral of the story if offered drugs, school or otherwise?
Take them.
Danger.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Good job, Dane.
Yeah.
No,
Same.
but how would you feel you would handle sitting around with people, your friends, and all of a sudden somebody takes something out? Like, where's we always talked about peer pressure with Dare. Like, how do you feel like you would handle it? Would you be able to walk away?
Ask if they have another one.
Okay, sister, you're obviously here.
On something.
Yes.
Yeah, you just have to like. Well, don't freak out because then everyone thinks you're weird and then they won't talk to you again. But it's just like, just be like, just know why you don't do it and know, like, first of all, say no, but know why you're saying no. Don't just say no to say no. Because then eventually it'll just be like, no, I'm just saying no. But then you'll start thinking about, like, why am I saying no? And then you'll be like, well, I don't really have a reason, so I might as well do it. So you have to definitely have a reason. But, yeah, just be, like, chill and just say no. And just, like, no, I'm good.
What would your reason be?
Mine?
To not do it, yeah.
Well, because in the Bible, I forget what verse it is, but it says you should have a sober mind and a sober body and like keep your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. So it's like doing those things when you're not sober minded and you don't have a sober like body. But you also like your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit and like God. So it's like you're not like we have to take care of that and like take care of that and treat it with like honor our bodies. And that's just you're just not doing that well. So if you do it, so.
Yeah, and I was just learning that, and it was like, and we were learning about like nutrition and how you should take care of your body. And one of the questions that like how should you take care of your body from a Christian, and the answer was like your body is a temple of God, and so you should take care of it because it was God's creation.
Good answer, Dane. Zach, how about you?
I had enough. 1, 2,
Buckle my shoe. Thank you for sharing your story right now, Tucker. How many times have we sung this song recently?
Too many.
Too many, a million times.
Where did you first learn the song, buddy?
3, 4, focus on Hi.
Hey, Zach was gonna answer.
Nike
Zach was gonna answer. Zach, what was your answer?
Yeah, probably just basically what Noah said, just like to just say no to it, because if you get into that, it's gonna change your entire life.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Well, that's the decision I made too when I was your guys' age. So I'm glad to hear it so far. So we've had. Can we say that we've had the talk now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in the terms and conditions of being a dad.
Yeah.
Tucker, do you think we had the talk?
1, 2.
Okay.
Focus.
He must have thought we had the talk.
3, 4.
Nice work. Okay, let's do this. Speaking of traditions, one of the things we like are comedians or dad jokes. So,
Oh my god.
does anybody have any dad jokes for us?
When does a joke become a dad joke?
When?
It becomes a parent.
That's not even
That
funny.
wasn't
Oh,
funny.
that was
No,
funny.
it's a dad joke. That's actually funny.
Anybody else?
Oh. What do you call a bell that doesn't ring?
What?
A dumbbell.
What do you call an autistic person with a gun?
What?
Special forces.
But Duke,
Okay.
why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Because he wanted to go to Chick-fil-A.
Maybe he doesn't want to
die?
go to Chick-fil-A. Nice. Well, good. Well, hopefully this has been productive for you guys, and we appreciate you guys sharing, talk about traditions and drugs, all kinds of fun stuff, because we're unfiltered here. So we'll looking forward to next time. Bring on some guests here soon to transform what we're talking about. So thanks so much, and see you guys all next time.